of celebration, we bring to you our Pay Less and Get More December promo. That is, you can now pay for 3 jingles and get 1 free. Pay for 5 and get 2 free. Best of all, you can pay for 10 and get 5 free. Wonderful, fantastic. Do you also want to record your program or do it live? You can now pay for 3 recorded live programs and get 1 free. Better still, pay for 5 recorded or live programs and get 2 free. This is best Christmas for you and your business. This promo lasts from December 11 to January 15. Terms and conditions apply. For more inquiries, please call 0818-388-2850. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique style.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Elite is in the studio, as well as Temple Chief. We're expecting others to come. So let's rush through the rest of the stories. Insecurity, I won't lose battle to keep Nigeria secure. Tinubu from the Vanguard. President Bola Tinubu on Monday vowed that the battle to keep Nigeria secured is one battle he will not lose. The president said he will continue to work assiduously and provide the military with the necessary support to keep the troublers of the nation at bay. Speaking at the Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference 2023 in Maiduguri, Borno State, President Tinubu says he has no intention of relenting or resting on his laurels in securing Nigeria, declaring that he will win the battle to keep Nigeria safe. The president, who acknowledged the Nigerian Army's commitment to national security, asked the army to remain non-partisan but vigilant to upholding democratic principles, emphasizing their role as a guardian of constitutional order during elections. A statement issued by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajirin Gelale, quoted Tinubu as saying, "The professional conduct of the armed forces during the election in Bayelsa, Imo and Kogi State underscores your role as a guardian of our constitutional order and democracy precepts. In this regard, the Nigerian Army must remain completely non-partisan but vigilantly pro-democracy." Citing, there's a part here I wanted to share with you. I'll just look at that from another story. So let's move on. Amid chaos, Rivers Executive Council approves 800 billion naira 2024 budget. Infrastructure takes lion's share of 122 billion. We'll talk about this just in a moment because we want to bring the Rivers events forward. We'll trash that and then we'll look at other issues. Ondo crisis. Tinubu summons Aida Tiwa, Speaker, others to another meeting. Should have happened yesterday from this report. Take a listen. President Bola Tinubu has again summoned the Ondo State Deputy Governor, Honorable Lucky Aida Tiwa, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olamide Oladiji, and others for another meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Vanguard gathered that the meeting was scheduled to take place yesterday. The latest invitation may not be unconnected to the festering political crisis in the state. So when we get this, we'll let you know. El-Rufai visits Buhari in Dora. It's a picture story. I saw the pictures all over yesterday, the traditional kneeling and greeting Buhari. I'm like, what is El-Rufai up to? Recently, he's been getting back in the news on a positive frame. Yeah, recently. The former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, paid a courtesy visit to former President Muhammadu Buhari in his hometown, Dora, Katsina State. Muyiwa Adeki, special advisor on media and communication to the ex-governor, shared photos from the visit on his X account on Monday. Adeki noted that El-Rufai's visit to Buhari was the first since both of them left office May 29, 2023. He went on to add that the former governor was accompanied to Dora by some of his former aides, including his former honorable advisor and former administrator, Kaduna Development Authority. Let's move on. TCN speaks on collapsed national grid. Story that's been breaking, an update to it. The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, on Monday evening said it has restored the national grid after it collapsed earlier on Monday. According to reports, the grid collapsed at 1:49 p.m. on Monday. However, in a statement by its General Manager, Public Affairs, Mrs. Ndidi Imba, on Monday evening, TCN says it has restored the national grid and consequently, electricity has been restored to most parts of the country except for the Jos axis. It, however, pledged that electricity will also be restored to the Jos area within 1 hour of issuing the statement. The grid experienced a collapse. Presently, supply has been restored except for Jos axis, which will soon have supply within the hour. The collapse happened at 1:41 p.m. on Tuesday. On Monday afternoon, and it is now fully restored. Emba said in that statement. Yesterday, there was news of the national grid collapsing, and I said to myself, of what difference now? I've not seen power since Friday. The last time I saw active NEPA light was Thursday night, 8 p.m. on Thursday night. Till now, as we speak, they flash it 2 minutes, they take it back. They flash it again 3 minutes, they take it back. In fact, the last since Saturday, I've not seen power. So when I saw the news, I'm like, good riddance. Anyway, TCN says milestone signifies a remarkable advancement in the nation's effort at strengthening its power infrastructure and ensuring a reliable and dependable electricity supply to distribution load centers for onward distribution to electricity customers nationwide. Premium Times. PDP asked 27 Rivers lawmakers who defected to APC to vacate their seats. Part of our conversation this morning, so let's roll over. We'll just lace it together and try to make some sense of it. Nigerian government speaks on report of illegal kidney trade. I saw that exclusive from Daily Trust. That was on Sunday. The Nigerian government has acknowledged the existence of illegal kidney trade in Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, FCT, highlighting its interventions to curtail the act. Daily Trust in an interview on Sunday, investigation on Sunday detailed the thriving economy of illegal kidney trade in the FCT and how agents operate freely, luring young men from low economic backgrounds to sell their kidneys. Investigation also highlighted how Nigeria's socio-economic challenges contribute to the travails of young men who sell their kidneys without minding the long-term repercussions, as Nigeria has no regulatory body in charge. However, in a reaction to the findings via his official X account on Sunday, the Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Mohammed Pate, clarified that there is a policy and legal framework that enables regulation of health practices in Nigeria, including medical transplantation. Pate said sections of 51 to 56 of the National Health Act 2014, NHA 2014, prohibits the illegality uncovered in the investigation, adding that the central issues concern the enforcement practices and evasion of the regulatory guidelines by criminals. The minister further noted in his reaction that his ministry recently inaugurated the Tertiary Hospitals Care Standards Committee to enhance the effectiveness of the government in regulating practices. All right, you can get more details there. Cable, 27 PDP lawmakers in Rivers State Assembly defect to the APC. Tribune, Naira redesign, insecurity forced farmers into bankruptcy. The federal government has said the Naira redesign policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, implemented between December 15, 2022 and February this year, forced many farmers in the country into bankruptcy. Redesigning of the Naira was initiated by former CBN Governor. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, said this on Monday in Abuja when he appeared before the Joint Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives on Agriculture to defend the ministry's 2024 budget proposals. Let's move on from this story. Rivers APC caretaker chairman reacts to defection of 27 PDP lawmakers. We'll come back to this story as well in a moment. And then the Punch newspaper, Labour fumes as FG stops 35,000 Naira award payment. Okay. Organized Labour and the federal government are on coalition course over the government's failure to sustain the payment of 35,000 Naira wage award to workers. Workers in the Federal Civil Service, in separate interviews with correspondent of the Punch on Monday, went on to note that the federal government only paid 35,000 Naira wage award for September. Following the removal of the fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu on his assumption of office, the federal government agreed to pay 35,000 to each of its workers to reduce the hardship caused by the subsidy removal. The government, in the memo signed by the chairman, National Salaries, Wages and Income Commission, Ekpo Inter, stated that the payment of the wage award would begin to take effect from September 1, 2023. However, findings by a correspondent of the Punch indicate that the government only paid the wage award for September. a senior civil servant in one of the core ministries, departments, and agencies, puts it this way: the wage award was only paid once, and I assume that was the one of September. Since then, we have not received anything. We are all confused as there has been no official communication from the government as regards the matter. We are confused at the moment. Another civil servant who spoke to correspondent of The Punch says, what you heard is true. We have not received anything else other than the initial wage award, which was paid. The government cannot continue to let citizens suffer. Our take-home salaries cannot even take us home any longer at this point. While also speaking with correspondent, the civil servant said the federal government-owned schools in Abuja noted that workers were only paid the wage award for 1 month. They're all saying the same thing, 1 month. When asked if the NLC would take action, head of information at the Nigeria Labour Congress, Benson Upa, reacted to this. He says this betrays the government's dishonorable intentions and is completely unacceptable. So certainly the Congress will do something about this, but what it will do will be dependent on the appropriate organs of the Congress. On communication with the government, sure, we will. It usually precedes our actions. But spokesperson for the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Mbawa Mukwa, in an interview with The Punch in Abuja on Monday, allayed fears of civil servants. Mukwa went on to note that plans are ongoing to ensure that civil servants receive their wage award. He said the process is ongoing. They will be paid. The process to pay the wage awards has commenced. Well, those are the stories. Let's begin. Let me introduce panelists. Then we start with this story. It's actually for opinion poll. So, first, Mr. Emmanuel Ndukwe, our in-house analyst. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
We have Dr. C.A.J. Chinwo, legal practitioner and public affairs analyst living in Nigeria. Morning to you, Doctor. Welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning, River State.
Ward Ichiminem Esquire, legal advisor, Pandef, Obiakpo chapter, a voice for Apara people of Obiakpo, and a temple chief. Morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kelly. Good morning, Rivers people, and good morning to the Just Mind.
Okay. Comrade Ruben Izu Jr., a public affairs analyst, chairman, NDNAF, River State chapter, and a voice for Ngani Kingdom.
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Rivers people, and as well as my colleagues over here.
And Mr. Opaka Dokubo, Vice President, NUJ South-South, NUJ Zone F, South-South. Morning to you, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, Kelly.
Good to see you.
And it's actually a good morning in River State. Good morning.
Okay. It just did not sound convincing. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with this story first. I recall that the president's October 1 broadcast, he made mention of the 35K. It was actually 25,000 for select civil servants. They got into a meeting with Labour, and Labour insisted, because Labour was to begin a strike, Labour insisted that it has to be across board, federal civil servants. His chief of staff at the time, Femi Gbajabiamila, in speaking with the press, said it was something that they could do. They went back to the president. It was approved. The president sent a bill to the National Assembly, a supplementary budget of trillions. I think it's 3 trillion at the time. And in that budget, it contained plans to accommodate the 35,000 naira wage for workers. That budget was passed in less than 3 days. We talked about it here, interesting. I wondered about the speed at which the budget was passed. I'm surprised, literally surprised to hear that wage that was passed by the National Assembly was paid just once to civil servants, federal civil servants, just once. And they're talking as far back as September. This is October, November, we're in December. Nobody has said anything. I ask this question because the president has made several promises since he came on board. On the issue of palliative, we're still looking for it. His declaration of a state of emergency on food security, we're still looking for the crumbs of that declaration. Is there anything to hold? The ministry will not, the minister would not even speak of it as to are there things on ground. He wouldn't even speak on it. So while we're looking at that, the president has made several promises, even the 25,000 naira for the indigents that they said they were going to pay 3 months straight, 75,000 naira. Then there was a ceremony at the State House, the State Press Center, the State House Press Center, a ceremony where supposed recipients showed up and they received it. We've got reports that after that ceremony, nothing else has happened. So I asked a question this morning. This, like the other promises that the president has made that end up without succession, what does it tell of the character of the president? Chimene Modi.
Well, Kelly, thank you. You see, we are very too quick to judge. That's the problem we have in this country. And sometimes, if not that, denouncing one citizenship when you have gotten to some certain age, may amount to being a stupid person. Ordinarily, I would have left this country because of the hasty kind of character we agglutinate ourselves with. For God's sake, you don't start raising such a hasty parameters against Mr. President. It's like what happened in America when they were talking about the walls of Mexico. It took a very long time. I don't know, before Trump. It passed through a process. Some of the policies of Trump is now being actualized by Biden. These things are not rocket science. They are being test run. When you go to, each time I just tell people, when you say the president and presidency, there are a lot of processes that you must pass. Policies can come in and it will be deliberated upon. There are a lot of committees, experts within the presidency who will look at these policies. The president may have come out and said, look, let this thing happen. We saw what happened in ECOWAS. When we were the ECOWAS, the president was, we are going to use every kind of force. And what happened? Both the kinetic and non-kinetic. The House had to sit. The people that matters in ECOWAS had to sit down. But in the wisdom of Nigerians, they thought that it would have, maybe the Jet 35 would have gone in and all the rest. But they sat down and deliberated upon it. Of course, these are action plans that comes with long-term, measures. And sometimes maybe short-term measures. Experts will look at it. The level of proficiency that we see in presidency is not what we see at the regional government. And I can tell you for sure that the government may have come out to say, we want to do this. Laudable idea. But it has to be taken to the theater of thinkers who will say, look, Mr. President, yes, you've said this. And there are other measures. We don't use one particular measure to judge Mr. President. Okay. There are other policies he has come out with, and we're seeing it. We are seeing the urban renewal in terms of road infrastructure.
Like?
We're actually looking at security. You can see, for the first time, you remember during the days of Buhari, and when you see issues, mistakes like where people are killed unnecessarily, you don't see him say we are going to, he will just commiserate to the people and say heartfelt sympathy and all the rest. And we have seen a lot of more than 2 million empathies. Have you ever seen him go to the scene? But for the first time we saw Mr. President, in as much as we want to criticize the bad aspect or what we look at bad aspect of the president policies, but I don't see it that way. Okay, so we are just magicians in this country, and most times when you look at these people that are trying to judge Mr. President in all facets of life wrongly, if you put them in that same pedestal, they won't perform.
So your point is first, we're being hasty.
We're too hasty in this country, for God's sake.
Okay, we're being hasty.
Very hasty. And when you said
that this is black, and he goes out to the public and said this is black, the next morning he called him and said this is white. Before he even goes out, he has struggled a lot, and he has tried to find what will I say now. And all of us, you see what sometimes people are defending Chimene here. Some people will throw stone at us. Say, don't throw stone at him. He's our brother. He means well, but he's having a sort of big burden of defending government. Chimene, sorry to be personal, but that is what our commissioners for information and others. Character is the major issue, and when you don't have character, you will think that anything goes. You're winning. You wouldn't know. You started from a point. By the time you look back, you wouldn't know that you are getting close to where you started. But you think you're moving forward. That's what we are having in this country. So it's not a problem. The government of Tinubu, as many of them, is not just Tinubu. Obasanjo also, the state and all that. They have this problem. And so defending them is a problem. And that is because Nigerians don't value principles and philosophy. You don't know what they stand for. If you don't have principle, you don't have philosophy, people don't know what is
movement in America. Donald Trump lost his re-election bid. flat out. He didn't believe that he could lose the election. He thought he was very popular. The economy was doing well. In fact, Donald Trump was at loggerheads with Powell, the Federal Reserve chief. He said, increase interest rates. Powell said, we're not doing anything. There's nothing. Of course, the Constitution is the Constitution. The president was tied in so many ways. But he lost his election. In Brazil, what's the former president's name?
Bolsonaro.
Yeah.
Bolsonaro.
That was out about COVID. Well, Brazilians were dying in their numbers from COVID-19. He kept saying, doesn't exist. It's a fake.
John Magufuli.
The government did not do much about it. He lost his election, right? Flat out. He lost the election. And in fact, we had a similar kind of movement in the US, in Brazil. And then the Lula was quick to get it, and people were arrested and all of that. We're seeing another movement in Argentina. There's an outsider as president of Argentina right now. It was just one, I think, yesterday. And he's speaking of reducing the size of government from 21 to 9. I think for those democracies, they have an election circle that makes it that the citizens will have their voice. And if they say, we don't want you, we don't want you. A lot of Nigerians perhaps thought that would be the case in 2022, 2023, when we had elections in Nigeria. Apparently, our election system is nothing to be excited about. So the result is what the result is. But we speak of labor, and that's why I want to turn to you. Today we're buying fuel at almost 700 naira. Labor hasn't said a word. Labor entered into negotiations with the government. They agreed with the government to say we're going to pay 35,000 naira. So we're not going to go on strike. We heard today that the government has paid only 1 month. Is it that Labour has been oblivious of all this while? Where is the place of Labour? If you don't want to speak for the generality of Nigerians, can't you even speak for your people? The workers that you so-called represent and defend their interests, why has Labour been so docile, silent and absent in this space, in this administration?
You want me to speak for the NLC?
You're part of NLC. That's what I'm asking you.
No, I'm not. I can't speak for them.
Then answer the question as to why it seems like Labour is absent. They are absent. They went to Imo State to go and fight. They gave them gas boost.
You have seen it now.
They have given an answer.
The economists that you
want them to keep them last time.
The societies that you mentioned, I mean, you have just said, you said it.
No, I've not said anything.
Those are societies where things work, where normal people are in government, where we used to call them sinner climbs, where what determines who becomes what is the people. Or are the people, I mean, here, you have said, I thought you mentioned any African country with regard to all of those people, but you didn't mention any. So it means we are in a different world, and this is what reigns here. Talking about labor, each time we mention labor, for me, I look at all of us as Nigerians. I've said it here before, that anybody who wants any kind of change in Nigeria should not look at any structured organization.
So we should not look at NLC.
Not Labour, not NLC, not.
So even in protecting the interests of their own workers,
it won't work, because I think that the only thing that will work here is the people. It has to be organic, it has to be spontaneous, it has to be something that everybody will just feel tired and say, this is what we want. Because at the end of the day, at the times we have seen Labour come out to do one of them, what have you heard from the people? Discouraging, they are sold out, they are eating, they will not, this one will not. Nobody has faith in anybody, in any organization. Nigerians, incidentally, it appears we, even as a people, have failed ourselves. Because when you mention fuel, the cost of fuel and all of that, who buys them? Nigerians. It's not just for Labour people. This thing is biting on everybody.
But it's part of the things that Labour they've been dragging the government for.
Oh, of course. And how much support did they get from the ordinary Nigerians who go there to buy these things?
When they went on protest, did Nigerians not come out to support?
I wonder how many.
No, but Nigerians came out to support when they went on protest.
See, this is where we are at the moment. Over the years, whatever influence so-called Labour had eroded. Whatever thing they had in the connection they had with the people and all of that, yes, it might be, of course, it's tied to leadership failure over the years of these organizations, of these movements. And today, it is so difficult to speak, as it were. Government, on the other hand, would have had the kind of leaders who have taken advantage of this situation, who themselves come in and then pitch themselves against the people, and everything that they would do is to see how they break down. How did we get to having a TUC and the NLC? We used to have just one labor movement. A president came and decided, oh, this was getting too powerful, they were getting too powerful, and division set in. Today, it is, and that is what, for me, it comes from the intent, the very intent of government in power. What do I want to achieve? And they know how to, they strategize, and they first look at the strongholds where they will have the strongest oppositions and deal with them. Incidentally, and that's why I say, for me, we should, if we look at any structured organization, they will always go for them in one way or the other and get them neutralized. So the salvation of this country is not in the hands of any organization, but it should be in the hands of the people.
So it doesn't
take salvation in their hands.
It doesn't surprise you that Labour is silent.
The issue of silence, well, if you ask me whether I'm surprised that they are silent or not, what would that make? If I'm surprised, what will it change anything?
Well, at least let's call it what it is.
The thing,
if one expected that, if not for anything, Labour would have constant interface with workers to find out the level of compliance.
The truth of the matter, the issue here is, as we speak now, we have not even heard from the Labour.
Well, Benson Opa spoke now.
Who is he?
Should I call out his position? Give me a moment to call out his position. Head of Information, Nigeria Labour Congress.
And he said what?
Benson Opa, properly. Labour doesn't have that.
They do have.
If they have, and it's Punch that is revealing this.
But sometimes, see, sometimes you understand. This is not making an excuse for what has happened. I condemn it completely. Government has no reason to back them. But in the first place, why would government, a responsible government, want to renege on their own promise only to wait for Labour to fight? It's both ways now. This is government. You have negotiated. You have agreed. You've made all the money. We just heard revenue is increasing to the extent that they are thinking of going back and to review the budget upwards. So things are looking good. So why are you reneging on your own promise, on your own obligations to your people? I think that's a critical question I would need to ask.
And why is Labour sleeping?
If we now fight, at the end of the day, they say, oh, why fight? You're creating tension in this. You go ahead and then make it seem like, oh, these are the troublemakers.
Okay.
It is a matter of action and reaction. Take the right actions, and there will be peace. But for a government that will now begin to stoke the embers of crisis just so that they blackmail people, I think it's unfortunate.
Comrade Rupenison.
Kelly, well, if we could play back some of our positions on this very issue, as at when Imo State, Bayelsa and Kogi were preparing towards their elections, you would understand that some of us kicked against the actions of Labour through Joe Ajaero in Imo State when Kogi State, Bayelsa State and some other states across the Federation, there are issues like this, and it seems like it is being selected. These are the reasons why, for me, I feel like
everything in Nigeria has just been personal, selfish. We are very much in tune with how Nigerian workers have been maltreated. We are very much in tune with how they've clamored for a change of work, as in their work environment and other incentives. But at every point in time, it seems like what does not really favor those they've put in place, like Labour and TUC, to fight for them, they seem to turn eyes the other way. But when there is an interest that will somehow become, there will be a direct beneficiary. We've seen this even during the period of Beatrice Itubo in Rivers State here. Even till Ayuba Waba, name it. Ayuba Waba was here in Rivers State before the 2019 election. Either 2023 election or so. Yeah. On the verge of fighting for the workers. Upon coming to Rivers State, we got an information he met with the then government and disappeared.
Last minute.
The last minute disappeared. People were preparing to come out in mass. There was no protest anymore. The next thing Ayuba Waba was in Abuja. Is that the kind of organization you want to take serious? When I was not in any way in support of the way Joe Ajero was battered in Imo State, but I faulted the move. That was the state. Imolites were not the only Nigerian workers suffering from government maltreatment in terms of welfare. How come did he choose? As at that point, I agree with the state government who said Joe Ajero came to play politics and he was baited with the politician's attitude. I never in any way, I don't support what happened to him. But they have said, let me tell you, I will keep on clipping to the messages and positions of the former government. Talking about the person of Ian Wike. A message to the military. If you want to join politics, come. Don't be in your regalia, your uniform, and you want to play politics. Come, let us bet you with the mud of politics. That's the extent at which the judiciary, I don't know, in fact, it pains me when I see people who are saddled with certain responsibility jettison on the reasons why they are there, and you decide to chase something that is, for me, that is not the purpose. I am saying this for free, whether you like it or not. Whether the Labour, the TUC, the judiciary, name it, they've played themselves into the hands of politicians that they can be used as toys at any time. They are no longer respected. These are organizations that ordinarily during that time for Shomole, when it costs, Obasanjo could as well readjust his seats. But today they cannot. If you like, I told you some time ago, Ngige embarrassed them during the last administration. We all saw that. Ngige embarrassed them during the last administration. Why? They have made, see, let me tell you, you earn respect. You earn it. If they have positioned themselves in a better way, I am very much certain. Now what the government will do is, don't worry, they will shout. Don't worry, they will shout. Even if it's not in line with whatever, they will shout. When we call them, we know how to handle. And that's why I tell you, whenever they come to TUC and Labour to say, we are. When did you realize that the government is sincere first with whatever roundtable agreement you've had? When did you come to terms with that?
Okay.
Because I am very much certain, out of 100, whatever you agree with the government, out of 100 decisions reached, on a good day they sit on the round table. Has Labour and TUC gone back, as you said, looked into their decision and said, oh, the government has implemented 2 or 3. Okay, it is a good one. They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. That can be referred to a step. But in every cases, I can see that the government has so been insincere, but Labour keeps quiet. It is only the one that buys them so. For me, it is left for good people to say the truth, whether it favors you or not. But when things happen like this and people don't speak, and when a set of people speak, you feel that they are biased or they are not. My brother, the truth about it, this is the reason why some of us use that word. See, I keep saying this word, and that's the position. Last time I was here, Oga Emma and Barrister Singh Adams seems to disagree with me. People who are going to a destination, they say it begins with a step. And that is the hope of arriving. When you see somebody who has blatantly refused to take that one step, but tells you he has a hope that he will arrive, that's a mirage.
All right.
You see, Ekele, Labour has been very much should I say, complacent? Complacent in the sense that they've been very much egocentric. Yes, whatever is their interest is what they pursue, because when they come out of on the streets and all that, in the end you may reach, if they say strike will start tomorrow, maybe by midnight or towards 1 a.m. they'll call it off. And then as you are calling it off in that fashion, people will know that something has passed under the bridge. And that's for your interest. You are not coming to share it with the workers. Then, you see, they have been doing this and knowing exactly when to play their game is the problem that led Ajero and his group to worry. When they beat Ajero. See, that has neutralized any little resistance that Labour could mount on any government. Did you hear that anything happened to those that gave him that beating? Nothing happened.
They said they've been arrested.
You see, that's what
NSA said they've been arrested.
Even if they were arrested, was it not days after the beating?
That's if they've been arrested.
That is it. No, that's what I'm saying. Even if they've been arrested, let's say, give them the benefit of the doubt that they've been arrested. But it was days after that.
They went
Nigerians
they went on strike.
Good. So for me, I think right now, whatever happens, Tinubu would look the other way. Because is it at the center that if you go, they will receive a bigger beating?
But Mr. Ndukwe, I find it difficult to appreciate.
Yeah.
When you say Tinubu will look the other way.
Yes.
He talks about his intentions for the people. He will plead with the people to endure. NAFDAC today is crying that the forex policy is causing an astronomical hike in the price of medicine.
Yes.
That since we don't manufacture, since we don't manufacture anything in this country, the manufacturers, they are no longer manufacturing. They have removed their hand. They said they cannot, and the price is over 1,000 naira now. Naira to $1.
Yeah.
You came on board. You saw a problem. Yes. Like we were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
You saw a problem. You decided that these actions are necessary in addressing this problem so that the nation will survive.
Yes.
But the implications as we see it on a day-to-day basis tell you that your solutions have not been apt in addressing the problem.
Good.
Then you say let's roll out palliative means of supporting the people. You say, okay, we're going to give you people some kind of allowance added to your salary. You pay 1 month. After you got approval for the National Assembly, you pay 1 month, and then you don't pay again. And you say the president can afford to look away.
See,
how do you describe the heart of that kind of president?
Thank you very much, Kelly. I'm telling you that Tinubu does not have a special bad heart. It is the same heart that they borrow once they get into office. How many presidents? Tell me exactly who has behaved better. The truth is that they are not interested in the people, but they must put a picture and present a picture that they are very much altruistic in the way they are looking at you, so we'll solve your problem. And that is why people will rush out to go and vote them. Because if they come out and tell you, I'm not going to look at you people, no single individual will come out. But remember again, whether you vote, I keep on saying this, I don't know how Nigerians look at it. Whether you vote or you don't, if they want to calculate the number of votes and give it to one person, they will do it. It's been happening now in this nation.
Okay.
So the issue is that no president, not only Tinubu alone, anybody who gets into that office, except otherwise in future, and talking about future is politics. We should not be talking about it because it's not reached. Whenever it reaches, you see anybody that gets into that will wear that bad hat and then keep on taking care of himself and his family. Simple.
Okay, let's go to that conversation for real talk. We're bringing it forward. We'll just finish that of opinion poll. The cable, we begin with 27 PDP lawmakers in Rivers Assembly defect to the APC. Yesterday they announced that 27 members, Rivers State House of Assembly, left the PDP to join the All Progressives Congress APC. Lawmakers who are said to be loyal to Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, held plenary session at about 8 a.m. yesterday, where the decision was taken amid tight security at the entrance of the Assembly complex in Port Harcourt, the state capital. The PDP, they're already kicking. Let's read the statement from the PDP. This time it's coming from PDP National. Let's read that particular statement from the PDP assigned by Debo Ologunagba. Okay? PDP asked 27 Rivers lawmakers who defected to APC to vacate their seats. The People's Democratic Party has asked the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly to declare vacant the seats of the 27 PDP lawmakers who defected to the APC. In a statement on Monday, Debo Ologunagba, national spokesperson of the PDP, demanded that the defected lawmakers vacate their seats. Ologunagba asserted that by defecting from the PDP, a political platform where the lawmakers were elected, their seats have become vacant. Citing the same session, for the avoidance of doubt, Section 109(1) of the 1999 Constitution provides that a member of a House of Assembly shall vacate his seat in the House if G, being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he chairman spoke. Of course, this will be a plus for them. Somebody says it's working too easy. It's turning out too easy for Tony Okocha caretaker committee. If he has the state house of assembly in his party now, it becomes bigger. Chairman of the caretaker committee of the All Progressives Congress APC in Rivers State, Chief Tony Okocha, reacting to the Monday defection of 27 members of the state house of assembly, puts it this way. He says they left the PDP due to a lack of governance in the state, which is under a PDP governor, Siminalayi Fubara. I just want to take quotes now for the sake of time. I have met with the 27 lawmakers who joined us today. That was yesterday. It is good news and marvelous in our eyes. We can confirm that they have formally joined the All Progressives Congress. They confided in me that governance in the state has been run aground. There is no government in the state. We are begging the FCT minister to come join us, part of his statement. But in all of this, we keep wondering, is there a play, is there a move by the governor of the state? Because yesterday, just as this happened, we started hearing news of the governor calling for a state executive meeting. And then I heard later that no, they didn't call that meeting yesterday. That meeting was scheduled before yesterday.
Yeah, it's a little meeting.
It was scheduled before yesterday. So the meeting did not happen because of the events at the House of Assembly yesterday. It was already scheduled. Well, interestingly, when we were waiting for serious backbones to come out from that meeting, like, oh, this and that, we heard that the government, the State House of Assembly, yes, we agree. Edison is a factional speaker. With how many members? 3 or 4 members.
It remains only 5.
No, one is dead now. One is dead, so 4.
Okay, 4.
One is dead. So 4 of them.
Yes.
So is he going to present it to Edison again? Let's also not forget that after the crisis, Governor Siminalayi Fubara announced Edison as the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. I saw that post, that public information, right? I saw that. So when you have a scenario like this, you look at this budget. Infrastructure takes a lion's share of 128 billion, 800 billion naira budget. Details now, they just give us summary. I have to begin with Dr. Chimo because we have to go for the news in a moment. But let's begin first with what played out yesterday. They say that the feud in the PDP, what is the feud in the PDP? The national secretary seat that is a contention. That is the reason why they are leaving the PDP. That the PDP's house is not in order because there are multiple cases in court for the office of the national secretary. The national secretary's office is pivotal to the continued functioning of the PDP. That is their argument. Doctor.
Well, Kelly, let me go back a little. No, somehow I commend Nyesom Wiko for his ability to make human beings look like zombies. I will recommend him in River State. As I saw 27 young men yesterday, many of them with bloated stomach and what dancing. And these are people without conviction. Without conviction. Because you see, this it started from Amechi, who said it's a native doctor's broom. Till Wike, who said that APC is cancer. And these 27 men who were hailing him and everything. Now, yesterday, all of them saying, carrying the APC flag.
And singing the president's national tune.
Yes,
your mandate to stand.
Jagaba's mandate song. I know, I just saw shamelessness in us, and I worked for the future of Rivers State. We are into. Forget that one, they are looking for excuse for party. I don't know who advised them. The fact that there is even if it's the chairman, there is a contest on the office of chairman. It's not the same thing as the department. When it's just secretary, national secretary, they couldn't. It means that they couldn't even find something to clutch on. But it's the shamelessness and the fact that these people are trying to reduce Rivers State to a banana republic. And of course, Opaka has said it here. It is I have for long taken away my eye from the structured groups, whether it's the political party or ethnic organizations or whatever. The people, one day, I don't know if you ever get to, but one day when we get to a point where we say, thus far, no more. You can't continue to take Rivers State for a ride. The way they are treating it, the one man, Nyesom Wike, my brother, my compatriot of my local government, thinks that this state is his own, and then some people are singing it, and then the speaker is on the same word with me, and then I look at what they are doing. It's a pity for River State. May God deliver this state where we're going to. So, but if it's the legalism, don't bother. There's no legality in this country now. We have gone to the point where law doesn't matter.
So in the case, what the PDP is calling for, it would come down to fireworks.
Now, the PDP secretary, for this, did you remember that the speaker is among the 27? So he says he's addressing the speaker to declare the seats vacant. The speaker is among the 27 persons.
Maybe he's referring to the factional speaker.
Again, I think that for that one, let me say, the press need to have glorified this group. They are for whatever, whether the majority is right or wrong, they are just a dissident group. There's no way you can call it a faction. 4 persons out of 31, and they were suspended. I don't see them as a faction. He himself knows. Just like somebody said, that's why they have never shown us any picture when they have sitting. Because this our group here now, we have a bigger house of assembly than any years. There are 6 of us here in this studio. So we have a bigger house of assembly than any years. So I'm sure he knows there's no house, there's no faction. But the embarrassment is when I see those 27 men and some women were among them yesterday. I felt the shame left them, and it's hitting me. It's a pity. But that's where we chose to go to. God will help us not to sink to where they're leading us.
We have to go for the news update. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Constituting from the party to the APC, the seats of the 27 former lawmakers have become vacant by the provision of Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Degbo Ologunagba, who made the call in a statement, said the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly should immediately, I beg. I beg your pardon. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Degbologu Dagba, who made the call in a statement, said the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly should immediately comply with the provisions of the Constitution by declaring the 27 seats vacant. According to the statement, the PDP also cautioned the former lawmaker. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC in Rivers State has described the defection of about 27 members of the State House of Assembly to the APC as heaven's gain for the party. The chairman of the 7-man caretaker committee of the APC, Tony Okocha, in a media briefing in Port Harcourt, confirmed the receipt of the defected members of the PDP into the APC. Okocha, who is the Rivers State representative in the Niger Delta Development Commission's Management Board, said the APC welcomed the decision of the House of Assembly members, which they State House of Assembly.
When things that are happening in your local community, posts that are from your community. So when you post anything, everybody in the community sees it, be it business, be it event, be it anything. So that's what it does basically.
What makes it different?
Okay, different social media platforms, they connect people for different reasons. Facebook, they connect friends and friends of friends, acquaintances with anyone. But whether you like it or not, anything that pertains to your community affects you. Be it security, business, economy, road. So we connect you to your community so you can lend your voice. We amplify common voices, real local voices of normal people in the community. Okay. So if you post anything, everybody in the community sees it. You don't get that on Twitter. You can't be talking about roommate on Twitter. It doesn't make any sense. You can't be talking about pothole in roommate on Facebook. Nobody cares. But when you connect people who stay in an environment and talk about things that come on to them, it makes a whole lot of sense. So from there, you bring solutions, you do a whole lot. So that's what is very, very peculiar about Colony.
So how can people join this app and the community there?
Like I said, you just go to the Play Store. If you use Android, go to the App Store. If you use iOS, just search for Colony, COLONN community, and start seeing posts that pertain to your community. You can also relocate, for instance. Some people say, when I join Rumokini and tomorrow I'm in Transamadi, what happens? There's a feature on the app where you can just go and relocate to your community. You can relocate anywhere. If you move to Lagos tomorrow, you can relocate to Lekki. You can relocate to Oshodi. You can relocate to your campus community, Uniport, Unibed. So it's that interesting.
Let me see if I can throw the question back at you the different way.
Yeah.
What is the real catcher for people joining this? You're inviting people to join this app, right?
Yes.
You've talked about community presence. People in your community would know what is happening. Thank you. Thank you. They would know what is happening because the post is from the community.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But sometimes people rather believe and they feel like they want to have more information beyond where they are staying.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So why should they look at an app like this at this time as against the popular ones that already exist that allows them to feel like they're part of a global community?
Yeah. Okay. In those platforms where you feel like you're a part of a global community like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you observe that they're also creating hyperlocal communities in the form of groups, interests, communities, because there's a rich quality of hyperlocal feel. Human beings naturally are social, so they want to be connected to a group, an interest, something that concerns them. So we are not saying we want to be the next Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. We are looking at a particular niche and serve that niche in the best way possible, whether we like it or not. The security in your environment, it concerns you. You don't have to like anybody around there. So we are connecting these communities and see the way we can improve local communities, the community at the time. That's what we're trying to do.
So what does the future of this app look like?
Okay, and the next 1 week, we'll be launching the marketplace on the app. So the marketplace is like an online classified ads where you can just post things to buy and sell to people around you. You get. So we are creating a marketplace for people who have small businesses to just post their stuff, and everybody around
grow their business and all of those things. Big question will be, can we trust this person? Because if digital footprint sometimes doesn't match up with what we see physically.
True.
Is your app, you're the developer of the app?
Yeah, I'm a developer, I'm an engineer.
So the app is yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
It's your app?
Yes.
How are you going to protect users?
Okay, from the design to the front end to the back end engineering, I personally did it because I can't compromise the security of the platform for any reason. You get. So since all social media platforms, they are user-generated platforms, so the best you can do is to allow users to also report people who they feel are spamming the platform. That's what you see the biggest companies do. They now give you an opportunity to report people, to block people. So when you report us, we have about 30 staff, admin, who go through these people and check their stuff and see whether they are posting things that are different from the community guidelines.
Okay.
So if we find anything, we just restrict you from the platform. That's what we'll do. But for the integrity of the engineering side, your email, your password, and we're using the best technology in the world. We're using Firebase, the biggest back-end infrastructure.
It's not like I know anything about it.
In the world, to ensure that the integrity of people's information are very, very intact. So we're not compromising at all on quality as regards security and the integrity of the platform, even the quality of the post. You can't just go there and post anything. In 2 minutes, if it's not according to the community guidelines, it is removed.
Who sets the guidelines?
We have a team. We have an administrative team that set guidelines that the company, that everybody who uses the platform should follow. That we believe that will be very, very good for the community. And it's something that is progressive. It's not something that is strict. So when we learn from the users also, we make the guidelines flexible to accommodate maybe new people and all.
So I'm just thinking, as one who used to be, and still, I used to like Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
But as Musk came on board and changed it to X, some of the things as we knew it are changing.
Yes. Account.
Okay.
Because we're pushing certain agenda. So if you don't create any system for people to be able to create bot accounts, it can't happen. It's just technology. It's garbage in, garbage out.
Okay.
You know? So for us, creating bot accounts is not even necessary. We are talking about quality local community content. We are not interested in bot accounts and all the spamming stuff. Imagine creating bot accounts in Rumekini. What would the AI say? You have to train the AI to understand Port Harcourt and understand Rumekini before you start posting. You get?
That's true.
So the cost to even do that is so much. So it's not really necessary for this kind of platform. But for the integrity of the platform, the infrastructure, and the technological robustness is 100% in check. Because I designed it from scratch. I'm the convener. I'm the owner. I designed it from scratch, UI, UX. I built the front end and I built the back end. And I'm also working with the marketing manager on the marketing to ensure quality control.
Let's go over it again before we close.
Yeah.
Colony app, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Colony app.
How can people be part of the app? How does it work? Excuse me again. How does it work? And what are some of the key things you want people to know as we close?
Okay, Colony is a social app that connects local and campus communities. How to download the app? Go to Play Store or your App Store. Search for the word Colony, COLONY.
Okay.
Download the app, sign up, join your community, and start using it. Lots of giveaways are going on from now to the end of the year. So when you sign up on the app, in fact, when you sign up on the app and you just make a buzz that you listen from Today FM, and you're signing up because you listen on Today FM, you have recharge card. From now to the end of the year, giveaways are going on. Some people get cash gifts, some people get recharge cards. We're just giving back to the community. I started from Port Harcourt, so I wanted to market this stuff in Port Harcourt. Can just give it back to the community.
Does your marketing manager have anything to say?
Yeah, he has one or two things.
Just to encourage everyone, we've been saying this everywhere we are going to, both radio stations and social media, that we are building Nigeria's #1 social media app, and it's not a hype. It's a fact that there's nothing with this capacity and viral potential as there is today. And we've spoken to a lot of people. Everybody loves it, and I'm sure you're even very interested in the app as well too.
I like the idea.
Yeah. So we want to build something for Nigerians, and I'm encouraging everybody listening to please make sure you download the app. So you don't just take our words, download it and check it out yourself. And feel free to give us feedback on Instagram. Feel free to however you want to communicate to us, to give us your feedback. But like he said, we are doing a lot of giveaway in over 1.5 million naira throughout December, giving away hundreds of thousands of people. So you can also be part of that as well too.
So why can't they give you direct feedback on your own app? Why do they need to go through another app to give you a feedback?
We have an admin on the app, Colony Admin. You could just search Colony Admin.
Okay.
And anything that pops up, send a DM. We get it directly.
All right, we have to go. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Brains behind the Colony app.
Yeah.
Right?
Andy Omona.
Developer of the app. Your name again, please.
Andy Omona. I'm the CEO, founder of Colony.
And the marketing manager.
Chigozonko.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they can still follow us on social media.
Go on.
Colony.app. Just search on Instagram, colony.app, Facebook, colony.app, Twitter, colony.app, or search on Play Store, App Store, Colony app, or the website, www.colony.app.
All right.
And then if you want to reach us directly on call, just call 081-3257-4142. You can reach it directly on WhatsApp. I'll call it again, 081-3257-4142. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. We pay some more bills before we go back to our conversation. Do stay with us.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Hello, season's greetings. And we have good news for you and your business. We know it's holiday season, but your profit doesn't have to go on holiday, does it? Nah. Do you want double your profit in this season of celebration? We bring to you our Pay Less and Get More December promo. That is, you can now pay for 3 jingles and get 1 free. Pay for 5 and get 2 free. Best of all, you can pay for 10 and get 5 free. Wonderful, fantastic. Do you also want to record your program or do it live? You can now pay for 3 recorded live programs and get 1 free. Better still, pay for 5 recorded or live programs and get 2 free. This is best Christmas for you and your business. This promo lasts from December 11 to January 15. Terms and conditions apply. For more inquiries, please call 0818-388-2850. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
What did happen? They say wahala dey finish. Now this one wahala be like bicycle. They just Waiting they happen. Now for today 95.1 FM, 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, bomb quem. Now here you go here. Waiting they happen for Niger and Obodo the world. Now that time where we they bring you Ogbonge story them, where go shock you. You go wonder say a person do like this. Now so we they bring them come give you acid the hot. Now where would they find way to sweep this country? Don't run. It's not their blood. It's the chopper. You say this one. No worry. When time I reach, I'll say I want to take them. I see where they go.
Homeland is homeland.
Me, I go punket for them. Now me go be get man at that time for airport. What thing they happen? Make you know Miss Mazi Ike God Ike Machuku and MC Kuro for waiting they happen. You go enjoy yourself. Not forget to say woman they chop our recharge card woto. I don't tell you say this place na education center. As you sit down here with us from Monday to Friday, you go enjoy waiting they happen. Waiting they happen. Make you know miss them at all.
Hey there! Today 95.1 FM is ready to spice up your holiday season with this Christmas and New Year bonanza. Check this out. Pay for 3 jingles and get 1 for free. Pay for 5 and get 2 more for free. In case you're feeling extra festive, go for 10 big jingles and get 5 for free. What a time to be on radio. And hey, whether you like it recorded or live, we've got your back. Pay for 3 live or recorded programs and get 1 for free. Aim for 5 and get 2 extra slots for free. But here's the scoop. This week deal runs from December 11th, 2023 to January 15th, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Today 95.1 FM, we are the voice of the people. Don't miss this holiday bonanza.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today 95.1 FM. We're talking because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
All right, thank you everyone for staying with us. Today 95.1 FM, 9:29 a.m. Feel some relief. So let's carry on our conversation. Panelists for today, I should just go over their names. And then we continue our real talk gist. Wadi Chiminem Esquire, the legal advisor, PANDEF, that's Pan Niger Delta Forum, Obiakpo chapter, a voice for Apara people of Obiakpo and the Temple Chief. Comrade Ruben Izu Jr., a public affairs analyst, chairman, NDNAF, Rivers State chapter, and a voice for Ngani Kingdom. Dr. C.A.J. Chinwo, legal practitioner and public affairs analyst living in Nigeria. Opaka Dokubo, vice president, NUJ Zone F South, is also here. And Mr. Emmanuel Ndukwe is also here as panelist for today. Despite the atmosphere of political chaos, Rivers State Executive Council deliberated and approved an estimated budget of 800 billion for the 2024 fiscal year. At the meeting, presided over by Governor Simnolai Fubara on Monday at the Executive Chamber of the Government House, Port Harcourt, the council also approved that the budget be christened Budget of Renewed Hope, Consolidation and Continuity. Addressing newsmen after the deliberation, the Rivers State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Waris Sanibor Johnson, said 412 billion naira was projected for capital expenditure, recurrent 361 billion. Went on to say, I want to read parts of it. An 83-page document was also presented. It has the budget estimate. The budget estimate for 2024 is 800 billion naira, and it is stacked Budget of Renewed Hope, Consolidation and Continuity. The Information Commissioner went on to add that essentially the budget is focused on some key areas, with infrastructure taking 128 billion of the budget. It's followed by education, health, and security. And then the secretary to the state government touched on a few things. So the question is, how would they present it? Let me go to Mr. Dokubo about the situation yesterday. When this news first broke, it was on a Monday. We woke up on a Monday and heard that late on Sunday, the House of Assembly, the chamber had been set on fire. And then the protest and the impeachment move and so on and so forth. Another Monday happened to us yesterday. Lawmakers defected, citing the issue of the national secretary of the party and how that is causing a rift that has affected them significantly. Are you even taking that serious?
Which one?
The national secretary as a reason for their defection.
That's an excuse. I'm not sure that's a reason.
You don't think it's?
I don't think that is.
It's not substantial for you.
That is what a crisis in party means. I don't. For me, I don't see how that amounts to crisis.
How about the call by the call of the PDP that their seat should be declared vacant?
What else would they have done? They will call now. They will call.
Do you see it happening?
Recall.
No. Declaring their seats vacant. Do you see it
Who is to do the declaration now?
Well, somebody will go to court now. Won't somebody go to court?
Okay, fine. If they are going to court, no, I'll let them go to court. The truth of the matter is that I think it's only proper. Our constitution, the way it is today, I do not know. We have seen this over and over, and we keep saying the same thing, but nothing appears to have changed. They will not be the first persons to defect over flimsy excuses and get away with it. So the question is, when Constitution says your party if your party is in crisis, the question is who determines what that crisis means and what level of crisis that would suffice for people to abandon the party. At the end of the day, you are also asking yourself, these are representatives of so-called constituents and constituencies. You would expect that if you are representing me and you're going to make a decision that is going to affect me that significantly, then I should be in the know, probably, that you are going to make this kind of move and then probably get the authorization from me. I think that is what the entire concept of democracy is about. Representative democracy, representing the interest, the will, the aspirations of a people. So, but when you now go solo, of course, and this is what this is all about, I'm not sure any of them took a recourse to their constituencies.
Well, they claim contrary.
That what?
Enemy George said they spoke to their constituents, and it's what they did is what their constituents wanted them to do.
Why am I going to even?
It's on public record. He said so.
Okay. You can say whatever they want to say, but
you don't believe him?
To the best of my knowledge, I also have my representative there.
Okay.
And I'm not sure.
Maybe when they had the meeting, you were not around.
And it didn't happen.
The meeting did not happen.
It did not happen. No, there's nothing like that. Anybody can say whatever they want to say, but so you want to think that they would feel the pulse of the people they say they represent, and then, act accordingly. In this case, it is about them. It's about their interest, and it's about what would benefit them, what they had already benefited, and what they stand to benefit going forward. I think that is all they are after, and not what the action they are now taking will. See, you went to, incidentally in Nigeria, like I said, we are still a constitutional matter. You went to, when I went out to vote, we didn't see the name of any individual there. It was just the party. Now, therefore, if the party should be ordinarily the holder of that mandate, and therefore for me, it only makes sense to me that if anybody whom the party gives that mandate in trust, or who holds that mandate in trust for the party, is going to make a decision. Is going to leave. You can jolly well leave and let the mandate remain for that party for the period that is. So that as people go out, I think that the electorate is not respected enough, because in coming out, they have something in their heads when they came out to vote for whatever, whoever, and whatever they wanted to vote for. So to just, in the middle of it, make them look stupid, I think it's not just fair. It's just not fair. Now, politicians will have their way, or as it were, Nigerian politicians, because let's not even continue to say politicians. The thing is Nigerian politicians and of this present age, because if we look back, yes, this was not how it was always. But Here we are, where selfishness is elevated, greed is elevated to high heavens, and then we are seeing people and they think they are smart. They call themselves smart. This one is smart, this one is smart, at the expense of the people. And the people are stupid, they are foolish. You came to them, give us this, and then they give to you, and then you run away with it, and you say you are smart. You're smarter than the people. So for me, as far as this matter is concerned, nobody, it is neither, it is on nobody's table. It is on the table of the people of Rivers State.
Okay.
Those people who gave the mandate.
Okay.
If whatever they decide to do, so be it. They think this is what they can live with. It's all of us who will live with it. But if they also think, no, this is too much, I think it is all left in the hands of Rivers people. Because the way I see it.
Let me ask Comrade Izu. In the many contradictions of Jason Wike in his many public appearances, most recent, and I can recall vividly, was his challenge on the likes of David Umahi, that won election on the platform of the PDP and defected to the APC in court. He said, no, it cannot happen. Those days that Jason Wike used to fight for the PDP, he challenged a lot of people on this defection. Well, right now, it is rumored, in fact, it's no longer a rumor, it's now a fact that this whole fight is between Jason Wike and Simna Laib Fubara. He has said it, he has suggested it, he has confirmed it, that is what is happening, right? So, they've defected now. Do you expect that he should be the first person to come out condemning the actions of the lawmakers?
Kelly, it's so sad the kind of situation the country in general has found themselves. You know,
do you expect
it will be surprising for me?
It wouldn't surprise you because he has too many contradictions, would it?
I don't know who has no contradiction amongst them.
No, we can play 15 of your messages. All 15, at least 10 will contradict.
See, from 2015, APC came to the limelight. That we started seeing girls of defection. It has been something that has really mocked Nigeria in the face of the international politics. When you see what is obtainable outside, that's why as this happened yesterday, when I was looking, for me, I have little to say. I have listened and watched Sound, SAN and Co talk about these things, and other politicians. All what they are saying is just the truth. But the fact remains here is we don't suffer lack of law. What we suffer is implementation. Like what you are asking me. When it favors you, you say, no, it doesn't work. This is what is obtainable according to the law. But today now, the reverse is the case. Is that same law applicable? This is the reason why we say the law is not meant for the generality of the people. It's meant for just a certain class of persons. I listened keenly to what he was saying.
But he did with David Umahi.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's no longer what the law says. If indeed what the law says, it would have started from the lawmakers, Babangida, Aliyu, and Kwete.
There are two lawyers, actually.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. You know, I don't like looking at my left. But he said, no.
They see us as teachers.
It's a pity. It's an oversight.
Chimene is the one making the money.
I'm so sorry, sir. It's an oversight. I like looking at the right because I have my power on the right-hand side. So I would always forget the left side because I didn't look. No, the truth, okay, thank God, both of them are here. Both of them are here. I stand to be corrected. There is no amendment to the sections of the law, the 1999 Constitution, to this effect. There is no amendment. So if it has not, see, let me tell you, the politicians have made so many reasons why they use in doing the wrong things. Today, the generality of the country is those who have been doing the wrong thing over time. It has not become part of us. If you choose to do the right thing today, just like what is happening, those who are calling for the vacation of the seat of the 27, they might be the right voice. But because the right thing, or if I should say the right thing or wrong thing that has been done over time has not become the right thing, the call of the persons who are right by the Constitution that the seat should be declared vacant are now being seen as dissenting voice. Because why? Over the years, 4 can become the majority. Few can become the decision takers. It is those who know their left from their right, from how they fix into the ills of the society, that stands to become. Now, when you see what is happening now, when you see what is happening now, lawyers will go to court, and that's the most annoying thing. This same constitution, you will see, sorry to say it, you will see Barrister CAJ now go to court on behalf of the 27. Sorry, I'm just using that as an analogy. You see, Chimene going to, because we are not lawyers now, they are both lawyers.
Finish it.
You will see Chimene go to court now, representing.
Why not reverse it? Why not reverse it?
Because
why not reverse it?
You should know that I'm not.
I'm not saying that Chimene will do so. I'm not saying
you're making an instance. I understand, but why not reverse?
Okay, well, I think Chimene will do that. If 27 lawmakers will be able to afford my fees, I think they are better than the four.
Okay, you feel the case. And you see, this is the reason why. Sorry, let me quickly take your mind back. When this Chief Justice of the Federation came out some time ago and advised that he was advising a process to avoid much litigation. Some of us here said, you must sanctify, clean the rot in the judiciary. It is only when people are satisfied with process, clear to them, you still no reason to go to court. Not when I am saying that you tell me white, I saw clearly is black. You tell me not to seek redress. This is the case.
So are you saying that the excuse by the lawmakers for you,
it is left,
doesn't suffice?
It is left for them to interpret the constitution properly.
But you're a citizen, and like Mr. Dr. said, that for him it doesn't suffice. Dr. Chiaji clearly said it that he feels embarrassed for them.
I'm a layman.
I don't understand.
I'm a layman.
If you want to excuse,
I have professionals here.
If you want to excuse Dr. Chinwo, how about Mr. Dr. He's a senior journalist. So does it make him elitist?
No. Why I say so is this: whatever position both of us gives on this, they can give us sections in the constitution that backs.
So what is your position?
My position is this: let the right thing.
I asked the question. Your position. Do you think that their excuse holds water?
Their excuse for the defection.
Yes.
For the little I know, it doesn't hold water.
It doesn't. Okay, Mr. Duke.
You see, Kelly, for me, the PDP is just wasting its time.
Thank you very much.
In saying that the seats will be declared vacant. If Ologunama was not the publicity secretary of the PDP as at the time Tambuwa, and who, Dogara, I think, defected from PDP to APC. If he were not the publicity secretary, there was somebody that was there, and he was a member of the PDP, and he must have listened to what they said.
They gave reasons.
No, I'm coming now. As at that time, the way they are now holding up all of them PDP, the same way they said. I think it even went to court, and what came out of it? That law. See, that's one of the laws that are sleeping in the Constitution. That particular position, that if you differ from one party to another, your seat will be declared vacant. Whose seat has been declared in this country vacant and the person was sacked? Who? When Saraki was still Senate President, when he defected to either PDP or which one? I'm getting confused about this, but he defected when he was still in one to the other. Did they remove him?
When he contested to be president of Nigeria.
You see, for me,
in 2019.
For me, for that particular one, right? The PDP should go and then make his bed and rest, lie and sleep, because it will not work.
Okay.
The members will be in APC if they're chosen to be in APC. In fact, APC will be warming up to receive them. And I'm sure they will have done it. Yes. Thank you very much. Now,
I heard there'll be a Thanksgiving on Sunday.
Yes. We already.
Let me tell you one other thing.
I feel for these churches.
Thanksgiving to who?
All these pastors.
This thing.
Everything you give thanks for them now. Everything you give thanks
you see, I have told you that politicians are harlots. You understand me?
Metaphorically.
Of course, now. Of course, what I'm talking about.
Metaphorically. But metaphorically now. It's not being literal.
When I'm telling you this, does not mean they are like harlots who are prostitutes.
But they
No,
should
not
have jumping up.
of course.
No, but we have seen Chimene from APC to DP.
It's all right.
It's my right.
And he's going back to APC.
Is that harlotry? Is that harlotry?
That is it now.
Political harlots.
There's no such thing. Anything that we are moving from studio to studio. Does it make us a start? You are analyzing what?
So like Mr. Aniko, you were saying is you are being metaphoric.
Yeah, of course now. Of course. See, and again, even if I don't want to say I'm being metaphoric, let me come up plainly. They are political harlots. What else? Yes. Now listen, what do I mean by that? You come to APC. Tomorrow you leave APC, you go to PDP.
The place is unhealthy.
Tomorrow you leave PDP, you go to SDP.
The place is unhealthy.
Wherever their interest is covered is where they go to.
I suppose some of them may be returning to the APC.
Now let me tell you, the Minister of FCT said that APC is cancer. We know what it means now. That I think their own was malaria.
They have been cured.
Now malaria is pushed aside and then got into cancer. When Jesus was on earth, he said a certain man had 7 spirits that were distorting him and all that. And as I'm making this analogy, use your tongue and count your teeth about the spirits. The number of spirits that will be in cancer and that of malaria. Now, you see, at that time that the spirits were chased out, the 7 spirits. And they roamed around, they couldn't see any place. The 7 spirits were coming back. They collected 7 other spirits, added to them, becoming 14. And that is those stronger than even the other ones. And they came back into that man. The condition of that man, as at the time they had 7 spirits, and that of the time when he became 14, which one would be better? Let those that are defecting use their tongue and count their teeth. For the implication of the defection, you see, Kelly, you remember the comment I made yesterday? I said that a strong man is not born in one village. People may be looking at Asim Fobara as somebody who is not matching up word for word and all that. Such humans are very dangerous.
We'll get to his part, but
okay,
let me just hold on.
Okay.
Because we haven't even looked at the budget.
It's all right. What I'm only saying is that as for the PDP, Ologunagba should lead the pack. Let them go and sleep. Nothing will come out of that. They've gone to APC.
I don't know what you want me to comment.
We're looking at the defection, 27 to the APC. Also the reason that they've given. The caretaker committee of the APC, they are celebrating it, right? They call it glory to God, best gift ever.
Yes.
I don't want to ask you an obvious question because you may just agree that their reason is substantial for them.
Very.
Really?
Very, yes.
What does it imply for development of the state?
What
at
does
this
it
point? The defection.
The state is moving.
How is it moving?
You see, Kelly, if you look at my opening speech today, I told you the problem we have in Nigeria is that we are always in a haste. And because we are always in a haste, we rush into making mistakes. And let me correct one impression. Politicians are not harlots. It's an enterprise that, if you are into that enterprise, you will understand that for those of us playing politics, some of us are happy. Many are equally not happy. Even in the kingdom of God, some are angry. Even while trying to see how they can make ends, make heaven, there are some certain things you have to do to obtain mercy and see the large extent of, or the larger part of the heaven. That is if many of us will make it. But for me, I know that some of us will be there, some of us will inherit the earth. Now what we see, we are frontline politicians. I'm a pragmatic politician. It pains me when you begin to ask theoretical people about politics. They won't give you the proper response. Now, what is going on? There is a division in the party.
Which party?
Obviously...
Which party?
I said in PDP. I said in PDP, division.
No, but we're not asking a question. My question is different from where
okay,
you're taking us
no, these are part.
What is the implication of this defection on the development of River State?
Thank you. It's like what is going on now, budgets. Of course, businesses, money will not. A lot of things will come to, to stagnation. Honestly, this is not the first time we are seeing this kind of impasse when it comes to fracas like this. It is expected. In politics, you don't look at, as soon as you're sworn in, you don't look at what will happen. These are things that one should envisage. It will come, but businesses will go on. But the business of the day in terms of governance will be stagnated. And that is why we are saying, look, if government is in place, people are shouting, why would this happen? Why would this not happen? The essence of having a political party, why people are joining political parties, is interest.
Okay.
First of all, you have interest, your personal interest, before you begin to think about the larger interest. Because one, you want to project yourself to a high level, that pontiff level where leadership will look at you and say, look, we are going to sanctify you and ensure that you get the required position. That is what all we are aiming at. Even at the local level, those that are non-politicians, when once we wake up, we pray to our gods and say, look, God, look at politics. And I've told people, look, there is no much righteousness in politics. What you see in politics is reality. If you want to say you want to allow people to your enemy to downplay you, then you won't succeed in politics.
Can I ask you a simple question?
You think I'll come here and begin to praise him?
No, let me ask you a simple question.
He has already failed.
I want to ask a simple question. What is the reason for the impeachment of the governor? Are you aware?
The reason?
Yes.
It's coming up.
No, are you aware?
He's reloading. You will know.
The reason for his impeachment.
I said he's reloading.
We still do not know the gross violation that he has committed.
Don't worry.
For the impeachment.
You will know. Don't worry. You will know.
Okay, so you're not aware yet.
I said you will know. It's reloading. That because you're not a police. That's why I said, look, he's incubating.
So it's also possible for me to say that perhaps for personal interest, because you have also said over time that politics is usually about interest.
I don't know why you think I will be. You should know I'm not ashamed of saying anything.
For personal interest, you could kick out someone that has a good intention for the people.
What intention?
I'm asking you.
For how many days in office? What good intention? No,
if you haven't told us the reason why they want to impeach him, you say he's reloading. I'm asking you. Okay, if it's reloading, you can't even.
And he's even afraid.
That's not what
he knows. He has already. See, Kelly, there are two ways to this thing. There are two ways, and I want you to just please allow me to.
No, I have to go for the news.
You've allowed everybody. You even gave some people 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct.
No, Chief, you even spoke twice.
That's not correct.
You spoke twice.
No, that's not correct.
What I'm saying is that the state is moving. If a man has gone to get an infested firewood and bring to his house, what do you think that will happen to him?
All right, let's go for the news on that note.
I will talk.
We'll come back in a moment.
Give me lifeline.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Thank you for staying with Today 95.1 FM. Here is the news update. I am Kelly Ikemenchima. Niger Delta elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark has again urged President Bola Tinubu to call the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, to order. In an open letter to the President, the leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum said Wike is just one of the 48 ministers in the President's cabinet and he should be called to face his job as FCT Minister and not insist on controlling the political structure in his home state, Rivers State. Clark said if all former governors insist on controlling their successors, there will be chaos in the country. The PANDEF leader was reacting to a fresh political crisis in Rivers State as 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly yesterday defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. President Bola Tinubu has vowed that he will not lose the battle to keep Nigeria secure The president added that he will provide the military with the necessary support to keep the troublers of the nation at bay. Tinubu spoke at the Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference 2023 in Maiduguri, Borno State. The president, according to a statement by his spokesman, Ajuri Ngelale, said he has no intention of relenting or resting on his laurels in securing Nigeria, declaring that he will win the battle to keep Nigeria safe. Tinubu, who acknowledged the Nigerian Army's commitments to national security, urged the Army to remain non-partisan but vigilant in upholding democratic principles, emphasizing their role as a guardian of constitutional order during elections. The family of a missing 35-year-old man in River State identified as Solomon Uvehave has appealed to operatives of the River State Police Command to intensify the search for their brother. Alexander, who is the elder brother to the 35-year-old man who has been missing for 2 weeks now in Port Harcourt, in an interview with Today FM, tasked the River State Police Command to expedite action to find his brother. Alexander, in a voice note sent to Today FM, said his brother came to Port Harcourt for an examination and lodged in a hotel within Plot 26 Stadium Road, where he was last seen after he left the hotel premises to buy a drink. He said his brother never came back to that hotel and has never been sighted, just as he called on well-meaning Nigerians who have any clue about his whereabouts to report to Elekaya Police Division or the nearest police station, since the incident has been reported to the police. On the Forrington, a woman who sued Texas to get an abortion for a high-risk pregnancy has left the state to have the procedure. 31-year-old Kate Cox sought an abortion after her unborn baby was diagnosed with trisomy 18, a potentially fatal condition that doctors said threatened her fertility. A lower court granted permission for an abortion, but the Texas Supreme Court cancelled that exemption yesterday. Texas has one of the strictest abortion bans in the country. Abortions in the state are prohibited from the point of conception, except in rare cases where the life of the expectant mother is under threat. And that's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Kelly Ikemenjima. Good morning. Thank you for your time.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Aren't you just thankful for evolution? I throw my laundry into the washing machine and done. Order my groceries from my bed and delivered. And now at breakfast, I can enjoy my pap in just one mix with the new Peak Milky Pap. It's creamy and so easy to prepare.
Life evolves. So has pap. Enjoy the delicious 3-in-1 Peak Milky Pap at breakfast. High in protein with the nourishment you need to power on every day. Get yours today.
Peak. Rich for your peak. Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique style.
Hello, season's greetings. And we have good news for you and your business. We know it's holiday season, but your profit doesn't have to go on holiday, does it? Nah. Do you want double your profit in this season of celebration? We bring to you our Pay Less and Get More December promo. That is, you can now pay for 3 jingles and get 1 free. Pay for 5 and get 2 free. Best of all, you can pay for 10 and get 5 free. Wonderful. Fantastic. Do you also want to record your program or do it live? You can now pay for 3 recorded live programs and get 1 free. Better still, pay for 5 recorded or live programs and get 2 free. This is best Christmas for you and your business. This promo lasts from December 11 to January 15. Terms and conditions apply. For more inquiries, please call 0818 388 2850. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Okay, thank you so much for staying with us. The newspaper review segment, today's quest on Today 95.1 FM. 7 minutes now past the hour of 10. Let's go back to the budget. Let's talk about the budget. Who will the governor present the budget to? That's the question I've been waiting to ask. Because it doesn't. The governor is not speaking any longer. He doesn't speak, except for those early days that he spoke. We're not hearing anything from the governor. We've had multiple outings and statements in anger by the FCT minister, the godfather, political godfather to Simdalai Fubara. At least Sim told us now it's a father and son issue which has been resolved. It doesn't seem resolved at all. Dr. Chinwo, the budget of 800 billion. Can you, if you can put yourself in the mind of the governor, what do you think he's thinking?
Yeah, I think I was surprised yesterday that it was Secretary to the Government and Commissioner for Information. Though Secretary of Government is a lawyer, distinguished and successful lawyer, before he even got into political office holding. But that issue, I wish it was Attorney General presenting yesterday, addressing the press after the Executive Council meeting, because that is the more appropriate question. Attorney General, with your eye as a lawyer, Attorney General of the state, this budget, can you implement it without the House? Who will you present this budget to? Why haven't you done anything to make sure that the House is so they can present budget to? And if they present the budget and the House pretend to travel to Abuja to go for seminar and don't deliberate, how will implement it? But you see, these are all the realities of what we brought to ourselves. And I don't know, our appeal to the Chimenems and all those bigger or smaller, older or younger who can talk to Wike. There's no parable about this. He is one who holds the ace in this thing. River State cannot continue to be like this. Nobody gave this to him. He should make sure, he should rise up to see that this house he built, which is crumbling, doesn't crumble. Or if it's crumbling, he should not let it affect the crumbling of River State. Because that's the challenge now, with the budget. If you still call it budget of consolidation.
Renewed hope and
consolidation. He's doing everything he can to bring Tinubu, bring Wike all together. Renewed hope is Tinubu, consolidation is the Wike. The other thing now is maybe and Martin. Whatever you can. But you should please help him. For the sake of this state, because it's a big question. Some people even thought that it means that the Executive Council have bypassed the legislature. No, they haven't. It's normal. Executive Council will review the draft and say, okay, this is what we are presenting to the House. So they're not bypassing the House. But the question is, where will this stay now? We are now understand that the police stay at the gate and will prevent Martin and his group are coming. They are allowed in. So where will you present the budget to? I hope nobody deceives him to think that Edison a year. And we elected Martin Samewele. It was a people's action, whether those who are in PDP or those who are not. They selected him. We in Obiabo constituency 1. We make sure you don't go and impose yourself on us like that. People's votes matter. So we are saying that, gentlemen, we didn't send you to do what you are doing. And please support the government to move forward. Because all of us in Obiabo in particular, we owe it a reciprocal duty for this state. These states and people in different areas supported us for 8 years to serve as governor of this state. No other person should be associated with seeking to bring down the next government. Particularly one that we literally imposed on the people. We literally imposed SIM on the people. And they've accepted. So it doesn't make sense for what they're about.
How do you see the journey of this budget?
Kelly, the truth is just exactly what Doc have just said. It's a reality. I don't know, a lot of things happen in the space of the polity, and it might not be acceptable in the eyes of the law. It might not be acceptable with the opinion of the generality, but the truth remains here that will not stop that from happening.
What from happening?
It doesn't stop the illegality sometimes perpetrated in politics. But now here we have seen a situation whereby
I myself, I wonder how he's going to go about this. When I saw that yesterday, that the State Executive Council approved it, when 27 have already joined. Well, if...
Did you see the governor when he walked into the chambers?
He's so troubleless.
Exactly.
It doesn't look like there is a fire.
It didn't look like anything was happening.
When somebody sent to me the link, as soon as I opened it, I saw the whole thing. Not quite long, he was in the meeting. I followed up the process of that in a video. In no statement, if you are not informed that such a thing is happening in the university, you will not know.
He didn't look like.
They presented the budget, everybody. I'm telling you, and he's telling you that now after the meeting with his cabinet, he's presenting it to the. I was just like, to which assembly? So I don't know if.
What if he presents it to Edison Eye?
Well,
illegality of the subject matter.
My senior lecturer here. And a very renowned lawyer has made a position on that. I know definitely Chimene has a better position too. They are both lawyers and I respect every man in that field. Okay. But I am very much certain that he himself as a governor, he has lawyers who will advise him. If he does that, they may have practiced, that's what I said earlier on. They may have practiced illegality to some certain level because politics and the society condones. But there are some certain things you do. Be rest assured that will now pave way for the gross misconduct. If he does that, no, let's call it spade.
But our style of politics.
That's what I'm saying. With our style of politics, it condones certain things.
If survival required you to do certain unconventional things.
Well,
survival.
If I will speak as an individual from the other side, I will say drastic time requires drastic measure, but there are some persons who drastically have the drastic steps to fit in. But with the style, like we said, that is already perpetrated currently, I don't see that commando or snake in the monkey shadow pattern
from the governor.
At all, I don't expect to see.
Not only from the governor, from anybody at all.
Don't forget. I guess let's quickly. The lawyers are still here. These two groups are brandishing court judgments. I mean court decisions.
Stay action. Carry on with your work.
Something. So. We do not know at the end of the day where this will take. Like Dr. Chino said, the SSG himself, an accomplished lawyer. And there's also the Attorney General in the cabinet. So are you sure and then what will come out of this? So we're not so unpredictable. So even as respected lawyers as they are here, I'm not sure they can convincingly tell us what will come out of it. And that is for me, that's the most disturbing part. So I am sure that I don't want to believe that they are just doing
without a plan.
Yeah. In the first place, in fact, sad, deliberated, and I'm sure these people we are talking about are part of that State Executive Council. There may be more lawyers, in fact, in that cabinet, and then they came out with this. So I'm sure there must be a plan. There must be a way they are going to go about it. That will be there. How that is going to affect us, well, but they are all in court. How to come out of there? Let's keep our fingers crossed.
A quick break. We'll return in a moment. Stay with us.
Hey there! Today 95.1 FM is ready to spice up your holiday season with this Christmas and New Year bonanza. Check this out. Pay for 3 jingles and get 1 for free. Pay for 5 and get 2 more for free. In case you're feeling extra festive, go for 10 big jingles and get 5 for recorded fee. But here's the scoop. This sweet deal runs from December 11th, 2023 to January 15th, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Today 95. Today95.1 FM, we are the voice of the people. Don't miss this holiday bonanza.
Hello, join us Fridays, 7:30 a.m. on Our Top Picks, and together we'll review the big nationals. Don't miss it. Some of the things that would... Who do you see, or where do you see the budget being presented?
Well, nowhere. It was as it started with the Executive Council. It will end with them. Legally, I'm not sure. Perhaps CAJ and Chimene will put me through. Where it is such thing is mentioned, where the procedure that should take place, where there's a crisis of this nature. Because connectors will be able, because within the 6 months, the governor, now he will continue spending based on that kind of power the Constitution has given him, if that is true. But when we are saying he doesn't have such powers, he doesn't have no assembly. What of that clause, if such exists?
The 6 months?
Yes.
So he still has a window?
Of course. You see, like I told you, I started with saying a madman has his own plan. Somebody that is mad, his head is not correct at all. He doesn't know what he's doing. But he has his plan, he has outlined it. And if you go and interfere, he will hit you. And once you want to go and hit him back, people will tell you, you look for his trouble. Why are you worrying him then? Is he standing on your body?
Okay.
So the governor may have a window, if such exists, to run the affairs of the state for the next 6 months, depending on when eventually these things start. For instance, this major upheaval of defection started yesterday. And now, if you start counting at that time, it could be 6 months in front. Or you even take it from the impeachment attempt, 6 months to run the state. And so he could go with such a window until the whole thing stands out that there's no way to move forward. And remember, we are talking about government of Rivers State. It's not for only Sim and the people, or FCC minister and his people, that's their loyalists. It is for people who will not just sit down.
Just as my lecturer said, that if it is going down, you know what Nicodemus did at night? The man who met Jesus at night, he left all the shame and all the rest. Say, what will I do? Abuja is not far. Let him consult with the assembly member. We have seen truths. People come and say, look, let's have an accord. At this point, he can't pass that budget. If he does that, well, I know there are consequences behind it, and there are exemptions to that.
Okay.
So what I would advise, the state, like you were asking me, there is a very big embargo in terms of business-wise. Enterprises will be moribund. Several things will come. And I'm sure the Rivers people will be the people that will suffer most.
Okay.
There are people that are fanning the embers of this violence. Let me cite the case of late John Magufuli, the former president of Tanzania. When he died, 6 months to the swearing in of Salihu Hassan Samia being the vice president, he came in and said, look, that yes, he said COVID doesn't exist and that people should pray. And these things are figment of the imagination of the foreign and Western ideologies. But now that I've come, I would respect him. This is somebody that is dead, though. I would respect him. The only thing I would remove is the 6 months embargo that was placed by political parties not to rally around in Tanzania. But all that he has said, being the vice president, I will still follow. He's my master. Let me tell you, the 48 laws of power, I think 15 said, thou shalt not outshine your master. Whether you like it or not.
That's law number one.
Law number, okay.
That's
should be number one.
Law
Okay.
number one.
You should not outshine your master.
Your master.
Now,
what I want to say is that
that law is evil.
It is not evil.
Jesus said it is a law for the servant to be like the master.
So, Kelly, let me beg you. You see, I don't know, for those of us who are sitting on this platform.
He is the wisest.
Kelly, don't.
But I don't even agree.
He don't need to speak. Kelly, I know that several persons are crying here, even while we are seated here. But what we do will be.
Okay.
You see, you can't take away, you cannot shine your master. We have people voted for him, people placed him there.
Okay.
And I think he should consult the people.
Okay.
You must not stand saying you're a governor. People must be part of you. And somebody placed you there. So whatever that was done in the dark, who were not there. And I think agreement is agreement. I don't want to know those that will be calling. I'm here to speak my heart.
All right.
And I think I will continue to. Let's see him do the needful. I voted for him. I want to take my vote back. But there's no need. But what I'm saying is he should do the needful.
If only you could.
That is it. As a wish.
Let's take your reactions, all right? This morning.
You have a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
They should be decorous.
I'm confused.
Some of us will respond.
All right, let's take some messages now. We'll read a few. We'll take a few calls. We've overshot our time, but please bear with us. Good morning, Kelly, and the guests in the studio. With reference to Section 109, 1999 Constitution, where there is a dispute as to who is the authentic secretary of the PDP and where there exist two different factions in the APC, i.e. between the Meka Beke faction and Tony Okocha faction, which situation best meets the requirements of the Constitution? Do we have time for? Let me just read the second one. Kelly, I'm from Ward 13 in Asauga, and one of the very strong stakeholders there, NMA George, never consulted anybody in that ward. He's lying against his constituents. He should apologize to us. Wariboko, Ward 13, Asauga. Thank you so much for reaching out. Let's go back to the earliest and read. We can't take all the messages. I know a lot of you have a lot of things you want to say, but time will not allow us. Okay. I really should expect the Chimenem is around, so some of his fans will be here. Good morning, Kelly, and the guests will explain tire. Each time I hear you guys talk about Nigeria's problem, I laugh. The greatest mistake is to deny Peter Obi the chance to show what he can offer. He might not be a saint, but he's far better than this crop of politicians. Frank, thank you for reaching out. Good morning, Kelly. I'm Aaron from Akalahu from Aba. 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly defected to say that this is Nigeria, an ironic country, a hypocritical nation, a country where your electoral winnings are cancelled by our courts because you've not been of donkey years with the party, but you're allowed to carry a 4-year mandate given to you by another party to another party. You've never been a member, even for an hour. That's how you feel. Aaron, thank you for reaching out. Good morning, Kelly, and the guest. Compliments of the season to you all. 27 lawmakers, that same story. It's been a norm in the political culture of Nigeria, and all the state institutions are culprits in these sickening aberrations. INEC, judiciary, the police. Unfortunately, prisoners of the... Okay. Funny enough, they will be dedicated to God on Sunday, according to Tony Okocha. God must be overtly amused. All right, thank you so much. They didn't say dedicated. They said there will be a Thanksgiving on Sunday, not dedication. Okay, this is an advice to the hiccup I had earlier. I tell you, I've drank a lot of water today. I've just been drinking water, and somehow, good thing it has stopped. 27 Rivers House members defection, that same story. Power drunkenness has made Wike committed to commit political suicide, all because he wanted to be political godfather in Rivers State. But God has forbidden it. It surprises me that 27 men above 35 years can allow one man with one head to push them around like a shepherd will push around the sheep. Nigerians should thank Atiku for not allowing Wike to be president of Nigeria. Mr. Law, thank you so much for reaching out. Good morning, Mr. Kelly, and all the distinguished guests in the studio. Kelly, I really pity for this cool-headed gentleman, Governor Sim Fubara. He has to be smart and very good governance and dividends of democracy to his people. Enough of this power play. Amity Prince, Rivers Assembly crisis, the defection. I feel for Rivers people, this was how courts locked up for complete 2 years in the States some years ago. This was also how they nearly killed a lawmaker with mace in this same assembly some years ago. The actor of this movie in Rivers should go and learn from Akwa Ibom, where the current governor of PDP is working peacefully with the Senate president, who is from the APC, to develop the state. Don Pedro, PDP asked 27 lawmakers to vacate their seats. That's a good call, but is it possible for them to vacate their seats? Is it written in Nigerian Constitution? If yes, then They should do it without waste of time. All right. We have to close. We're closing with our closing remarks. Sadly, I had a story in mind, but for the sake of time, maybe I'll just find a way to squeeze it in tomorrow. Let me go with Dr. C.H. Chinwo, your closing remarks, sir.
Well, we must be very careful. Our governors in Rivers State have done us one ill from 1990 to today, bringing people who have no voice to go and stand in the house where they will speak. We are the national and state, and this is the effect of it. We have now gotten to the akim of it, having 27 people who are like zombies. The effect is on the people and the whole state. So let us please change our choice of people going to the parliament. It's not executive council.
Okay.
Yes.
Comrade Izu, closing remark.
Well, it's always it's always one thing to say a different thing and then do another thing. Now it is in the place of some of the leaders who were one time casting aspersions on those who have tinted that same direction sometimes past. Now they are the ones now being faced with this, and you can see where the decision is going. It tells you that we have leaders who don't have characters. But the truth, they should know that countries who have found themselves in a better place is as a result of good decisions they made in the past that actually resulted to the current position they find themselves. But we have retrogressed, and we are continuing to retrogress because of wrong and bad decisions. I pray we will one day have leaders who will take us to a good place, maybe for the likes of Chimenem and co.
Mr. Dokubo.
It's all right. I think there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. That's what I'll tell the lawmakers and political leaders in River State. There will always be tomorrow.
Okay.
Today they have seen whatever they think they are getting, they will get. But I think it will be better that they begin to understand that posterity, there's judgment tomorrow.
All right. Mr. Ndukwe. South, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Mr. Emmanuel Ndukwe, thank you so much.
How you doing?
What's on the menu? I'm good.
100 million has been going around. Maybe we should have ours today or tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's there.
Yeah. Wizkid giving 100 million to young kids in his environment. Very big deal for me.
Did he have to walk naked?
He didn't walk.
Did you see the video?
He didn't walk naked.
It was bare chest.
That's not.
Did he have to walk naked? Did he have to walk naked?
You sound like all these African moms.
Oh, well, I couldn't rationalize the fact that he was walking there.
That's his.
He was
roots.
naked.
Did
he have to walk naked? You can wear a shirt. What's wrong with wearing a shirt?
I was scared for him, though. I mean, maybe someone could have scratched him or something.
Did you see the security around him? They look like Secret Service.
It wasn't strong enough. I mean, something could have happened.
They look like Secret Service.
Was everyone on him at that time?
You didn't see them.
I saw them.
You didn't see them. Their faces were covered. They had wood covering their faces. with those mark gun. You didn't see them with those mark gun. Don't say I could almost swear, which is not a very good thing, but I could almost swear that those were SSS agents.
Yeah, I
protecting.
think so.
And you want to come close? You want to die? Anyway, Dave will fill you in on the other.
That's the kind of things we do. Yeah. I mean, Christmas. Can you come and talk to you for us?
I'm done. Have yourselves a great day. Good morning.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Every person in my life deserves correct breakfast. Brother me deserves all the nourishment he can get. Mama Nkechi Unko, she has such a big heart. She deserves a breakfast that can nourish her. And let's not forget my little sister. This Peak Mini is just her size. Small but mighty, just like her.
There's nourishment for you with the new Peak Mini Pack. Now you fit chop better breakfast.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
They go work in the morning, but every time you go they change car. But I don't they observe and since.
I know they do.
Now for you.
But me, I know say, you know people where they come from that area, and so all of them they behave. You know, get with anybody if you tell me 9 drunk.
What is it with all the hate and the way we talk? Hate speech does no one any good. It only makes a bad situation worse. The aim is to stir more hate and anger rather than bring us together. All they want is to set you against your neighbor or even your brother. Will you let them? Hate speech is not just criminal, it is intended to destroy you. Shun hate speech. No one truly benefits. A message from Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back. After Oxygen, entertainment has to be the next best thing.
Because every chapter is unexpected.
At Today 95.1 FM, we know we entertain better, so we do it.
Life is too short to overthink your overthinking. So join us at 11 a.m. every weekday.
Let's give you a taste of sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Entertainment Today.
The ultimate entertainment extravaganza.
Okay, ready? We're rolling?
All right, we're rolling.
Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria, this is Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Voice of the people. This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Wonderful, fantastic. Do you also want to record your program or do it live? You can now pay for 3 recorded live programs and mission supply at 0. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, ready? We're rolling? All right, we're rolling. Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria, this is Today.
Now, Omalay is everyone's favorite. Everyone has been digging Omalay since he came out into the big scene and, started doing his thing. But he's been tagged to being a very, very tagged to being a very, very depressed person. For some reason, Omalay has always given people the impression that he's not happy. Has always given people the impression that something is wrong somewhere. Apparently, people dub his music as Afro depression, meaning like he needs to get some remedy, he needs to get some counseling, he needs to do something. But for some reason, Omalay has been the guy who everyone has seen as being the very depressed guy. And for some reason, that impression has been tagged to his previous relationships. Now, Omalay has come out to say that he hasn't, or he wishes that he never dated his ex. Probably why he's always singing about heartbreak songs. Probably why he's always singing about, being depressed and needing some salsa to help clear his pain and do some stuff to him. But according to him, that what my present self will tell my 10 years ago self, I will say, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of all the decisions you're making right now. I'm proud of how hard you're working right now, because I know this whole thing didn't start now. It started a long time ago. I'm 26. I started hustling since I was about 15. I will say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all the decisions you've made. Just keep doing it. I don't think there's anything that would have changed. I think one particular babe. Her name is Bright. I would have dodged that babe, but it's fine. Remember when he came out to say that, his ex dumped him, but look at where he is right now. The person who has been dumped is now trending and stuff like that. So, Bright, if you're listening to me right now, whatever you did to Omalay, please undo it. Okay, we need our brother back. Moving on to some other story. Now, I told you yesterday
You know that Ola Deeps has been making a lot of revelations concerning the whole death saga. And he went on the Honest Bunch podcast to reveal more things about how he died and came back from the grave again. And people generalizing him as being a cloud chaser or making him feel like he was doing it to promote his album. But maybe we might just get to know more things about the whole situation and probably forgive Ola Deeps.
I just woke up to the whole chaos and everything, like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, now maybe this, like, this was not the plan. Like, I messaged Latan myself because that's like the first person that's my friend. Like, I don't really get friends with the industry. She was like, please call me. He just, hey, call. I was like, I called him on video call. I was like, look, now you have to see like this. Don't worry. The way they follow me, say, I don't go play with people. Make we even forget all that dips. Like, I get family now. Like, I be normal pikin for my mama house. I get family, cousin, niece, everything. I have a daughter. I have a 2-year-old daughter. Oh, wow. So why would I want to play with everybody's? I don't forget all that dips. Like, and everything online. What about my own family? You think I would want to play with their feeling? Me, how many people wait in my neck where they feed, where they pay this one for this one, pay. So I would just mess with their head like that. Nah, it's not that easy.
Should we forgive Ola Deeps? I mean, one mistake, maybe he did it deliberately, maybe he didn't, but we the year 2023 on Google. So the Joe Hart crew not top the 2023. These are the most searched artists for 2023 on Google. You didn't hear your big three, right? What happened to Davido? What happened to Wizkid? Maybe they didn't make it, right? Nigerians are not searching for them in 2023. Speaking of Wizkid, maybe in 2024, there has to be a search for him. I mean, literal search for him. He's been doling out cash, giving out 20 million to people singing for him, giving out 100 million to kids on the streets. You know, but there's this saying, we're all God's children, so it's good. I mean, would you want to show some kids like us some love?
Hey, she continues, quote, "Please know that I am so lucky to have the resources to change the way I look, and that when you see me looking crazy foxy again, that I want you to know it did not come from diet and exercise." Sia goes on to say that she wants to be candid about undergoing liposuction and not feed into the secrecy surrounding celebrity body image. She adds, quote, "I want to be truthful about all of my procedures so I don't contribute to the system that tells us we aren't enough. I am insecure like most people, and being in the public eye gives me anxiety. So I've made the choice to alter my appearance for my own confidence issues." She concludes the post with a request for support from her fans.
Very good. Don't go tell your wife, are you not seeing her? Are you not seeing how she has flat tummy? Are you not seeing how her body's curvy, right? And sometimes they have to go on the knife, right? But what do you think about Sia going on the knife? Right, would you do it? If you were given the opportunity to do it, would you do it? Let's move on to the trend, and I'll generally just head straight to where the trends happen the most. It's on X. Now, on X, a lot of things are trending. I'll start off with Ojimodu Black. Now, he's been dragged because of a very, 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 very sensitive joke. Now, according to him, he was just catching his cruise. I mean, he was just trying to say, look, I really don't see Davido as just an ordinary artist. I see Davido as a very strong guy when it comes to the pen game. And that was from one of his songs where he made a statement where Davido referred to Dele Momodu as his boy, right? And Odumodu went to rephrase that statement and said, look, that is a very strong pen game there. I mean, you're a big fool to drop something like that. Now, fool in the sense is not a foolish person. Fool in the sense means like he's really good with the job. And he called him a fool. But Nigerians were like, okay, why would you call Davido a fool? Is he your mate? Is this somebody that started doing the business with you? Why, if he refers to Dele Momodu as his boy, I mean, he has the bragging rights to do so. I mean, but why would you come and start calling Davido, of all people, the GOAT?
right? So you don't misinterpret Goatman's greatest of all time. Why would you call Davido the GOAT a fool, right? So he's been dragged for that. Wizkid is also in the trends, most especially because of the whole generosity these days. 120 million has gone down in the past 1 week, if you know what I mean, right? Giving out 120 million. The first one went to the young man who did a song for him, and now he has given out 100. He will be giving out 100 million to kids on the streets, all right? Suru Leary was on fire yesterday. He was moving around, and like Kelly said, you know, he didn't have shirts on, but I mean, he wasn't naked, according to Kelly. Don't mind what Kelly said, all right? Moving on to another trend. Davido, he's also trending. Now, the brother has just been dragged by outsiders, right? For some reason, he's just been dragged by outsiders because Berta was like the first person to actually sell out one of the biggest arenas, the Mercedes Arena in Germany. Now, people have been comparing and making comparisons like, okay, Davido couldn't sell out a 7,500 capacity and Burna sold out 20,000. But, I mean, why do we do this? Why are they asking for your opinion? Do they really use it to do anything? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So stop dragging the brother, all right? Speaking of which, Burna is also trending also, of course, for the collaboration that we would be getting to hear soon with Fino. The song, Do I, the remix of the song. I heard Burna speaking Igbo. And he's good with that, right? I think he's a polyglot, all right? The mother is a polyglot. If you don't know what a polyglot is, go Google search for it. A polyglot is someone who knows how to speak different languages, right? So Burna on the song with Fino. We might be expecting this December. Also, Kiss Daniel will be dropping some singles this December. So it's going to be a dirty December. Meanwhile, Zlatan dropped his EP. So, I mean, a lot of songs to binge on this Christmas, okay? Speaking of which, you're gonna go on a break, come back and get straight into the other segment of the show, which is Battle of the Songs. You don't want to miss it for anything. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be right back. It's still Today 95.1fm. My name is Dave. Don't go anywhere.
Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria, this is Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Voice of the people.
Hey there! Today 95.1 FM is ready to spice up your holiday season with this Christmas and New Year bonanza. Check this out. Pay for 3 jingles and get 1 for free. Pay for 5 and get 2 more for free. In case you're feeling extra festive, go for 10 big jingles and get 5 for free. What a time to fam. We are the voice of the people. Don't miss this holiday bonanza.
I'm gonna make you Joe Dada. Say you get to the power. Sweetie Pasi, Amala Ketu, Shinji Kagawa, Jesu Christi Lobawa, but them falling Yakata. You know I see Sabi girl they do. Sabi, oh, Sabi,
I see you listen to our star. If you had to pick and choose with this, what would you go for? 95.1 FM. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. The network is just giving problems this morning, all right? Call me back if you can, 0817-0000-951 or 0810-951-0951. Or you can send a text message or WhatsApp message to the number 0701-933-9962. Good morning. Hello. 95.1 FM. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? I didn't hear your name.
My name is Chidi.
Chidi. All right, Chidi. Arresta, Awilo, which would you go for?
How can you use the original? They
Something that they did new is the newest version, the sweet parts now. You don't know.
Although I had a trial, but you can never use it to compare.
It can't be like the old one. All right, okay. So some people are still feeling like the original version is the sweetest. Let me play the game.
Le propriétaire de tous les dossiers. Hey! 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 Avec la participation de Jocelyne Berroa.
Nyama becomes world's largest producer of opium. I am Lucky Maxwell. Added that he will provide the military with a necessary 8 ministers in the president's cabinet, and he should be called to face and not into a fresh political crisis in River State, as 27 members of the River State House of Assembly yesterday defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to immediately commence the process of conducting fresh elections in the 27 constituencies in River State that have become vacant following the defection in the River State House of Assembly. PDP asserted that by defecting from the party to the APC, the seats of the 27 former lawmakers have become vacant by the provision of Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologwagba, who met the call in a statement, said, "The Speaker of the River State House of Assembly should immediately comply with the provisions of the Constitution by declaring the 27 seats vacant." According to the statement, the PDP also cautioned the former lawmakers against parading themselves as members of the River State House of Assembly.
Democratic Party PDP. This decision to leave the PDP is necessitated by the division of the People's Democratic Party, of which I was elected to this house. The particular tussle around who the National Secretary of the PDP is has now sharply divided the party and made it unclear as to who is the National Secretary of the party, thereby making it difficult for me to chart an appropriate communication channel. There are currently different court processes as well as others, making it impossible to identify who the authentic National Secretary of the party is.
Very immensely the victory of APC, and is he likely to stay in the PDP in 2027 to do what he did for the APC in 2023? I was saying that we do not find the likelihood of that, and so that the best thing we will ask him to do is to come and join the All Progressive Congress.
This is the World News on Today 95.1 FM. We'll be right back after the short break. Please do stay with us.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying with us. Now the rest of the news. The family of a missing 35-year-old man in River State, identified as Solomon Wariawe, has appealed to operatives of the River State Police Command to intensify the search for their brother. Alexander Wariawe, who is the elder brother to the 35-year-old man who has been missing for 2 weeks now in Port Harcourt, in an interview with Today FM, tasked the River State Police Command to expedite action to find their brother. Wariawe, in a voice note sent to Today FM correspondent, said his brother came to Port Harcourt for an examination and lodged in a hotel within plot 26 Stadium Road, where he was last division. It has been reported to the police.
My brother came to Port Harcourt for an exam and lodged at plot 26 Stadium Road. While at the hotel, he went out to buy a drink that the hotel does not have. After he went out of the hotel, he did not come back. Since then, we have been looking for him. We have reported the matter to Elekaya Police Station and the CID. We call on well-meaning Nigerians who has any clue about his whereabouts to report to the nearest police station. We also equally urged the police to intensify every effort in finding him.
At River State High Court. You can also read our stories on todayfmlive.com. I am Lucky Maxwell. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Infertility is a global issue, especially in Africa, as it affects the relationship between couples and families. To get all the requisite knowledge on how to preserve your fertility before and after marriage,
This journey as we address issues that relate to you and your tech life. It is today's Tech Show on your premium talk, news and sports station. Today, 95.1 FM.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play on the corner reported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio